thought that it might be life-changing for you and your family. I have a feeling it was probably life-changing for them and their family. So we're going to go ahead and start recording this and dive right in to this information. I'm going to go fast. I have to warn you, I know time is precious. I want to honor your time and the fact that you're taking a look at this. And so I'm going to be walking you through a number of um, I'm just going to walk you through some stories so you can understand why I'm so passionate about this and why I do what I do. So, my name is Rachel Garcia. I first learned about this company in 2008, and my nephew with the red hair on the left there, Bo, had just been diagnosed with severe autism. My son, Matthew, is on the right, and Bo didn't speak. He screamed all day long. We were told he would never speak. And as a physician assistant, I've practiced medicine for 20 years. I had a lot of questions about that. I have a master's degree in clinical medical sciences. So I began researching what is autism? Why did he have it? Is it genetic? Is it vaccinations? And I came to the conclusion through all the research that I did that food was very important. The toxins he had consumed and his mother had consumed while she was pregnant, and then the lack of nutrition in his diet, which of course opened my eyes to my own family and how I was doing as a mom. So at that time in my life, I was working 12 to 14 hours a day seeing patients. I started at 7 in the morning. I worked until at least 7 o'clock at night. And I clearly was struggling with weight. In fact, in this picture, I just spent $3,000 with a personal trainer, and in 3 months, I lost 3 pounds. And so I was kind of like frustrated and over the weight loss thing and didn't think that was going to happen for me. Had trouble sleeping. My son had trouble pooping. The guy in the stroller there, my Matthew, and I had just gotten really frustrated with the fact that I had no time. So, went to school for 8.5 years, spent $100,000 on my education to make sure that that I had financial stability, because I grew up in a household where there was no financial stability. So I went to school, got good grades, got a good job, had financial stability, but I traded my time for that financial stability. And so I had been looking for ways to create additional streams of income so I could at least take Fridays off and go on field trips. And in 2008, my husband and I took a pretty big leap, and we invested in two, not one, but two separate companies: a construction company, $50,000 investment; a skincare retail store in Ponte Vedra Beach, $50,000 investment. So the girl in the picture here is running two businesses, seeing patients over 12 hours a day. I had a nanny who I hired full time, and the boys called her mom. And so I was up to my eyeballs in work and didn't have any free time when my brothers called me and said, "Hey, we've got this business we want you to take a look at." I wasn't interested in the business. I had no time. I was businessed out. And they said, "You've got to take a look at this. We think you're going to be really interested in the products that the company offers because you're so into nutrition." And so when I had done all my research on the autism, it was like opening Pandora's box. And so, yes, I was supplementing. We had the garden, we had the juicer. I was doing all the things. And you can't tell from this picture, but I thought I was really healthy. So I take a look at what you're going to see tonight, and I started hearing their message of cleanse the body of toxins, balance out your pH, build your cells up with good nutrition. And I'm like, this is truth. Like, who are these people? And then I heard they'd been utilizing this cleanse, balance, build philosophy in a clinical practice for 30 years with patients. And I knew I couldn't out research 30 years. So I compared some of what they offered to what I was already buying from the health food store. What this company offered was better and more affordable, higher quality ingredients, more concentrated. And I said, I'm in, give me all of it. I don't want to just take care of my body though. Like, I want to make sure I take care of my entire family's body. So I got what is called the family package. And 3 months later, I had lost 32 pounds. Sleeping issues resolved in a week. Constipation issues for my son resolved in a week. This is just what happened with us. My husband also struggled with severe physical, outside, external issues, but he really struggled with depression and anger issues as well. I was encouraged to put him on antidepressants, but I am a prescriber. So I know that starts as one little pill and then goes to two. And then you need an anti-anxiety medication for that. And then you need a sleeping medication for that. And so he got on this regimen. And yes, in 3 months, he had a massive weight change, but he also no longer had these crazy, incredible Hulk outbursts or these extremely low suicidal moments. They were gone. It was marriage saving. My boys are now 16 and 19. They have never seen their dad the way I did our first 10 years of marriage. And this is my nephew, Bo. This is Bo's transformation is what really woke me up. 3 months in, he came into my house speaking. He said, "Aunt Rachel, what a beautiful Christmas tree." And this is a boy who screamed all day long. We could not communicate with him. He was totally nonverbal. And I looked at my sister and she said, I don't know what's going on. He just started speaking. It was like he was locked in a closet for the first 3 years of his life, and suddenly the door had been opened. He just graduated from the same high school that I graduated from with A's and B's. He's still autistic, but he speaks. And that changed everything for his future and for my sister as a mom. That was the reason that I decided to share this with others. I became quite passionate about the fact that I had life changing information. We had a lot of people lose weight just like I did. We caught the attention of Good Morning America. This is me being featured on Good Morning America. The company was so excited about the fact that I was telling a lot of people. See, what the company does is instead of buying shelf space at Whole Foods or paying a marketing firm to advertise, they just pay people who talk about it kind of a commission fee. Well, that's not why I was talking about it. I was talking about it because of my nephew and my husband, and I was talking about it because I believed in it. But we start getting these weekly checks. And at first they weren't big at all, but then they started to surpass what I was making with the skincare store. Now, side note, it cost thousands of dollars a month for me just to keep that store open. The rent, the light bill, the employees' salaries, like all the stuff, right? My husband's construction company cost even more than that. And these checks started coming in weekly. And I was literally just making a phone call every day on the way to work. I would call somebody and be like, you've got to look at this thing. And the checks started coming in. And then the company starts calling us and saying, hey, you want a trip? We're going to take you to Cabo San Lucas. This is us going over a canyon in Cabo San Lucas. And then we earned a trip to Hawaii. And then we earned a trip to Paris. And then I started to feel guilty, like helping people with I started helping other people with their health issues. And I mean, you name it. You name the health issue, I have a story in 15 years of somebody I've helped with this cleanse, balance, build regimen. But I started to feel guilty that I wasn't helping people to earn the checks. If I'm being honest, I did not have time to teach them. I was working 12-hour days. I had 2 other businesses. I had 2 kids. I just didn't have time. But then I began to realize how simple it was to create this weekly check. And I'm like, I need to figure out how to help other people do that. So I started to invest in classes and going away to educational events. And again, this is 10, 15 years ago, to where I began to understand how to help other people. And this was our trip to Paris, but this is the first group. There's 3 couples in this group that we helped earn a trip to Bora Bora. We stayed in those over the water huts, the Four Seasons in Bora Bora. Like, this was like, okay, I figured it out. And I will tell you, I'm huge on coaching. If you go look up like Make Money Online, you'll find all these people trying to sell you their coaching programs. I'm not selling you my coaching program. When you choose to join Pure and you choose to get your family's health on track, if you choose to do the business side of things, you get my coaching for free. It's very rare to find someone who's been building in this industry in the same company for 15 years who is still in the trenches teaching and coaching people on a daily basis. And I will tell you that the biggest enemy of your success is typically comfort. Wanting to watch Netflix at night, wanting to go do whatever it is that you typically do, that 30 minutes could be used to help you create an additional income stream. So I teach 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week. Within 3 months, we will teach you how to have $1,000 a month locked in. Does everybody do it? No. For the same reason all these people join the gym in January and very few are still going in March and April. Most people have the tools and they choose not to do it. 30 minutes a day, daily from your phone. I teach you how to do vision boards. I teach you how to plan what you want to create and put it in front of your face so that it actually comes to pass. This is a group of leaders that those who join my VIP training program and come in with the family package have access to earn our leadership retreats. This is us in the Keys with a whole group of people who earn that trip. This is a whole group of people who earned an incentive trip jumping off of rocks in Mexico and cruises that the company offers. And again, for me, this is the oldest book of wisdom. It's also proven by a Harvard Business School study. Put the vision that you have down on paper. Look at it daily, and we teach you these things in our VIP training programs. I have instance after instance after instance of my 15 years of doing this, of where I have put things on paper and I have seen them come to pass. You can see the little yellow house here underneath love. This was a house I had on my vision board. This is a house that we now own. We short-term rent it out as an Airbnb. I never would have dreamed that this could actually have come to pass when I put it on this vision board. This is just one example of so many that I've seen come to pass. When you start to create weekly income, you have to figure out about the taxes. You have to figure out where you're going to invest that. After you pay off your debt, you have a little fun with it. Where are you going to invest it so that it continues to make you money? These are the kinds of things that we teach here in our VIP training program. This is a whole group of us after going zip lining in Breckenridge. These are my two brothers and their beautiful wives. I grew up in a family of 7 with very little money, and I did what high school and told me to do. Go get good jobs, get good grades. You'll be set. Wrong. How many people have spent 30, 40, 50, $100,000 on college just to be tied to a 9 to 5 job? My brothers watched me for a while and then they were like, "We are in. You can do this and you can teach us. We can do this." And so they jumped in with us and we've literally traveled the world together. This is just after a tour of Maui on that airplane. And so I often encourage people, anyone who starts a business, everybody comes out of the woodwork saying, "Oh, well, you got to do this if you're going to start a restaurant," or "I can't believe you're going to open a gym. That's crazy." And I say, don't listen to people who've not been successful in the arena you're trying to be successful in. Always ask them, have you started a gym? Have you opened a restaurant? Have you had success? You would not take advice from someone who failed the medical boards on your gallbladder that's acting up. Be aware of who you're taking advice from. And my husband and I have now been asked to speak on stages around the world multiple times because of the success that we've had here. And we're really building a family. This is my son's high school graduation party last year. These are all people that are involved in my business and have been in my business for over 10 years. And they were all at my son's high school graduation party. Like, it's a family that we build here because we change your family's life with the checks, with the health testimonies that happen with your mom and your dad and your spouse and your kids and your brothers and sisters. It becomes a true family. And it's not just about having money in the bank account. See, I believe this gives you the financial fuel to do what you're passionate about, but it also gives you time freedom. My dad's brother died about a year and a half ago, and he lived in New Jersey, and my dad could not travel by himself. I told you I'm one of 7. I was the one who was able to go to Tallahassee, get my dad on a plane, and stay with him for 5 days up in New Jersey so that he could spend that time at his brother's funeral. My dad passed about a month ago. I got to see him the week before he died, and he said, "Rachel, that week with you in New Jersey was the best week that I can remember in decades of my life." That's wealth. That's wealth. Being able to spend that time with the people that you love and not having to say, "No, I have a job. Oh, can I do that during my 2 weeks off of vacation that I have a year?" I can take off as much time as I want because of the actions that I did years ago. I want you to know that you should dream big. If you stopped dreaming big and you think, "Oh, I can only make this amount of money. This is my title. We're not allowed to make more than that." That's a lie. You can make uncapped income. It's hard to find a legitimate company. It's hard to find a real company that makes it past 5 years. We're a 16-year-old company. Phil Knight is one of our investors. Look him up. We are not going anywhere. You have found something golden, and very few people know that we exist. And so some people are attracted to the health aspect. That was me. Others are attracted to the income. They say, "I don't care what you're selling. I just need to make $500 a month to pay for my car payment. It could be dog food. I don't care." We have something much more than dog food, although people do give these products to their pets. And that's one of the things that makes us different. If you're going to invest in a business or a service, if you're going to take $50,000 of your money and put it into something, by the way, that's not what this costs, not even close. You want to make sure that it's something that's for 100% of the demographic, not just for the women, not just for the men, not just for the parents. What we have here is for 100% of the demographic. Everybody with a body at some point recognizes what you put into this one irreplaceable asset that you have matters. Most of us spend more money on our phones, on our computers, on our air conditionings, on our cars. We have multiple cars throughout our life, but if it breaks down and they tell you it costs $3,000 to fix it, you're like, "Here's my credit card." We treat it like crap. Like, "Oh, I can't sleep. Oh, I can't lose weight. I'm doing everything right. Oh, my elbow hurts. My knee hurts. My stomach hurts. My hair's falling out. Did you go get a checkup?" "Oh, yeah, I went and saw the doctor. They drew some labs. They did some x-rays. They wrote me some prescriptions." That's not a servicing. We teach you to do a 30-day servicing on your one irreplaceable asset for less than $10 a day for 30 days. And at the end of 30 days, we have satisfaction guaranteed. There's 6 things that the average person notices during that 30-day period of time that makes them want to repurchase. So what typically happens is after they do the 30-day servicing, 93 out of 100 people repeat purchase 2 or 3 of our products. Maybe you replace your daily vitamin. Maybe you replace the omega-3s you're using. Maybe you replace the sports line products you're using. Maybe you replace whatever you've been using for Focus or you bought for Focus that you're not using anymore with the Pure product because it actually works. Because if you're taking supplementation and you can't tell when you take it and you can't tell when you don't, you need to buy something. Again, we're a 16-year-old company now. We're totally debt-free, and less than 100,000 Americans even know we exist. There's probably about 10,000 people sharing this message. I live in Jacksonville, Florida. There's 2.1 million people who live within 30 miles of me, and there's less than 2,000 people in this entire area even talking about it. The business model is touted as one of the best for all Americans to get started in, for the low overhead, for the low investment purposes. These two guys, self-made billionaires, recommend this business model. My son is a business major at Clemson. He just took an entrepreneurship class. He did a project on me because he wants to do what I do when he graduates. And he asked me, Mom, what if they question the legitimacy of this business? And I said, you go find on record where Richard Branson and Tony Robbins have said this business model is a great business model to get started in. And you show that. Any entrepreneurship professor will recognize who these guys are. He got an A on his project. I started those businesses in 2008 because of Robert Kiyosaki's book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. He came out with the business of the 21st century in 2010, in which he said this was the business of the 21st century. And at that point, I was about 2.5 years in, and this business had already surpassed what I was making with the other two businesses combined. We teach you how to leverage your time, how to make money while you're sleeping. I'm working for whoever invited you here tonight. They're not on. I'm working for them. Do you have someone else working for you while you're working your full-time job? You get that here when you choose to partner with us. It started in a medical practice. The results were so good that they chose to spread it by word of mouth, because that's how the medical practice news had gotten out. Now, I practiced medicine for 20 years. I've shared this message for 15 years, and here's what I believe. I believe that over 95% of the diseases and illnesses we face as a human race, were migraines, eczema, anxiety, depression, Parkinson's, asthma, allergies, rheumatoid arthritis, ADHD. I'm not saying we fix all those things. I'm saying 95% of those things are the result of these three things. We're toxic. We're drinking out of plastic water bottles. Our food is being stored in Tupperware containers. We're using microwaves that zap the plastic into the food, and the cancer rates are skyrocketing. There are guys wearing this while they spray our food that we feed to our children. And again, the cancer rates are skyrocketing. We're acidic. We eat way too much meat, dairy, sugar, soda, coffee, and bread, all things that cause our body to go into an acidic state. Our bodies are amazing. They're going to get to the pH they're supposed to be at while they leach the alkalinity out of your bones. Therefore, osteoporosis, osteopenia, teeth issues, all are the result of living in this acidic state. It's why kids on the soccer field and football field nowadays are breaking their bones all the time. When I played soccer in college and high school, nobody was breaking bones. They tore their knee ligaments, but they didn't break bones. Happens all the time now because they're acidic, because of what they're consuming. We're not moving enough. We're not sleeping enough. We stare at our phones too much. We're consuming too much sugar. We are out of balance, and we're going to fix it with what we have here with Pure. We're undernourished. We're eating packaged, processed, pasteurized food. Go to a local lunchroom. Oreos, Lunchables, Doritos, a soda of some sort, and some gummy bears. That's their lunch. They're undernourished, and the studies show it. I'm huge on studies, guys. Journal of Nutrition shows that more than half of our kids are not getting the vitamins and minerals that they need. The more educated you are, the larger your supplement cabinet is. You're Googling. When you Google alternative form of allergy medication, the first 10 things that pop up, they just paid a lot of money to be marketed to you well, right? So there's no third-party verification that what you purchase is real. It's just somebody paying a lot of money to get it pop up in front of you. Or if you go into the health food store and the 18-year-old behind the counter sells you stuff, he's 18, makes minimum wage. Why are you listening to him? And yet our doctors aren't recommending the natural stuff. And there's a reason why. You can read the book, The Truth About Cancer. It will open your eyes to understanding why I was taught to write prescription medications in medical school. I was writing 200 prescriptions at the pinnacle of my career. I wish I'd known about this in the beginning. It was my nephew's diagnosis of autism that opened my eyes. So if you're consuming supplements, if you have a supplement cabinet like this, you probably don't travel with it, because that would be weird, right? And you don't travel with it because you can't tell when you take it. You can't tell when you don't. You believe the research, but you just can't tell. You should be able to tell when you take your vitamins. This is a study, multiple studies from 2010, agricultural studies came out showing you can't eat your way out of this situation. You need 80 oranges, 80 cups of spinach, 99 ears of corn, and 2 cups of wheat in 2010. That's what you would have to eat 14 years ago to get the same nutrition our grandparents got from one of each of those things in 1960. Nobody's eating 80 cups of spinach. So we're literally walking around starving. And the answer is cleanse, balance, build. We have to cleanse our bodies of the toxins. We have 7 eliminatory channels. Your lungs, your liver, your skin, your lymphatic system, kidneys, blood, and intestines have been filtering all those toxins. All that stuff sprayed on the ground, all the plastics, it's been trying to filter it, but they're on overload because they're having to filter like our grandparents never had to filter. So they're backed up. It's like taking your car in for an oil change. They get the old sludge out. And then they don't let you drive away after that. They put new stuff in. Okay. Some people say, I poop just fine. Great. The average American has 7.5 pounds of in their intestinal tract, but great if you poop great. What there's other lungs, liver, skin, there's other things that are backed up. So we got to cleanse that out. We're going to balance your pH by pouring more plants into your body than we do the other things. Don't worry, I'm not making you go vegan. We're just going to give you 30 seconds of nutrition in the morning and 30 seconds of nutrition at night that you just add to whatever you're doing now to upset that inflammatory acidic disease state that most people's bodies are living in. Do you have trouble healing? Do you get sick all the time? Are your nails brittle? Are your bones brittle? Is your skin itchy? Are you having a hard time losing weight? Do you have a bulge around your belly? You need to get balanced. And we're going to build your trillions of cells up with whole, raw food nutrition. We have a medical advisory panel made up of doctors who literally recommend these products in their offices over prescriptions. Many of our products are in the physician's desk reference. That's what I used to write prescriptions for 2 decades. This is our 30-day servicing. It's called the Core Plus. It's made up of 7 products. I do not have time to go through them. But I will tell you, we have things like the sulfur, which is a mineral that decreases inflammation. If you're walking around with pills in your purse that you have to pop to help you with the aches that you have in your hand, to help you sleep at night, to help you with the burning that happens after you eat food, oh, your world is about to be rocked. Give your body a 30-day servicing. 30 seconds of nutrition in the morning, 30 seconds of nutrition at night with a guarantee that you will see results. There's videos. You can ask whoever invited you to show you where the video is explaining what each of these products are. If you're over 40, you're toxic. If you're over 40 or you're popping those pills I was talking about, you've got all kinds of over-the-counter prescriptions. You want to start with the Core Complete, which incorporates these superfruits that have been used for thousands of years in the areas where they're grown. And for the last 3 to 4 decades have been studied here in the US. Just so you know, our family package, which is what I started with, has multiple of the superfruit, multiple of the Core Plus, plus our immune boosting, plus our reset program, plus our sports line program, plus the skincare. And I wanted everything. I was like, this is all good. I want the greens, right? I want the hydrate so I can make the smoothies. I want all the stuff. And so I'm just giving you the very basic stuff. If you're looking at this because someone invited you and said, I know you're struggling with your health, you need to look at this. These are the 6 things that people feel when they start with our Core Plus or Core Complete. The better sleep. I felt that in days. My mind used to race all night long. So I'd wake up feeling unrested, unwell, and I was tired. I'd be slamming back coffee and Coke, which made me jittery and gave me afternoon crashes, made me more acidic. I had better sleep and more energy immediately, less pain. This is one of the first things people typically notice, sometimes within hours. Better bowel habits. Oh, I go just fine. Some people say I go too much. Whether you go too much or you go too little. Better bowel habits. Some of our absolute greatest stories are people who have been everywhere trying to seek answers for their bowel issues. Pay attention to our testimony site. Better mood. You don't notice when you're in a bad mood, but the people you work with do. The people who live with you do. Let's get that straightened out so that people are not saying, oh, grouchy Gretchen. Oh, here she comes again. You don't want to be that person. I know you don't. Let's get your mood improved in 30 days. Let's watch and see what people say who work with you when you incorporate these products. And then you'll run out and you'll be like, I need more. Weight loss. I lost 3 pounds my first month, nothing significant. It was the second and third month where I really started to drop the weight. People say oftentimes, oh my gosh, this seems like a lot. How do I do? Well, these are my boys. They've been taking these products since they were babies. And when we first started, it was shots. I would pour the shots for them. And I didn't want to. It was a pain in the butt. But I realized the doctors aren't doing it. They're not in our houses giving our kids stuff. They're also not recommending vitamins because of the Truth Beat Cancer. Go back and read that again. It's not the teacher's job. The coaches aren't even. My son was just at a wrestling regional tournament. Like the nutrition recommendation from the coaches, nobody's giving them this. It's our job to do it. And we have a short amount of time to get this nutrition in our kids' bodies. We show you how to easily do it every single morning. My boys are both bodybuilders now. They've gone from being tiny little guys to quite muscular guys, and everyone asks them what they're taking. So, yes, we have a sports line. This is our smoothie recipe. You have access to all of this and a lot more training. The doctor's talking, the doctor's educating. More stories are on purelifechangers.com. So you can go there more there now for more information. We teach you how to take it morning and evening. Again, 30 seconds a day, morning and night. If you're looking for a radical change, you know you drink too much, you know you eat too much, you need a change. I want to encourage you to start looking at our transformation challenge. The registration for the first challenge has passed, but the second challenge is starting very soon. And so we have seen absolutely tremendous results in the last year since we launched this reset program. It's a 6-week program, and you don't just see it on the outside though, guys. Look at this woman's face. Isn't this tremendous? Like, you know right now if you need to do this, and you need to make sure that you get one of our larger packages that has the entire reset system. It incorporates some of our newest weight loss products that are comparable to those shots people that are getting, that have all these awful side effects. Well, this is all natural with no negative side effects. If you're looking to build muscle, I'm huge in the gym, so is my entire family. When we first launched these products, my body fat was dropping, my muscles were increasing, but we have all kinds of testimonies from people regarding these new product launches. I'm all about getting the whole body healthy, and not just taking a one-hit wonder. What we found is that people do best when they incorporate the system and service your body so that it can really start to consume, and you can ingest, and it can metabolize the health that you put into it, right? You don't want to just quick fix. You want a real result. And then if you add on some of the weight loss products, it's amazing. So we have lots of different systems, the skincare system, the sports line. You guys, we have ultra marathoners with unbelievable testimonies about the recoveries and their PR times dropping with the sports line. It's Informed Sports certified, so it's great for kids. The kids are drinking Gatorades, which have like 50 packets of those sugar packets at Denny's in one thing of Gatorade, and they're drinking it before their games. They're taking all these things that are harmful to their kidneys and livers. And again, it's our job to get good nutrition in them. This Informed Sports certification means it's safe for your kids. We've got immune boosters. We've got a whole supplement line for the kids. We've got the reset program. So much. We're launching this Saturday a brand new coffee with mushrooms in it. I know that doesn't sound appealing, but it tastes amazing. It tastes like gourmet coffee. And the results are increased stamina, increased focus. It's actually used in other countries to decrease heart arrhythmias. So powerful stuff. And I can tell you, like, the promise of Pure is it's high quality, high concentration, and safe. And so the price of this coffee is less than $1 a day. And again, that's launching March 16th. So if somebody invited you to take a look at this, they can add you to our testimony page, guys, where you can go on and watch. Can I play it? Yes. You can go on and look up testimonies for whatever you or your family members are struggling with. What are your parents struggling with? It's in your genetic pipeline. It's coming to you faster than it hit them because of your acidic diet and your lack of movement. And then there's some people who are really into nutrition who look at the back of our labels and go, oh my gosh, this is really good. You're going to love it too. In this example, they looked up ADHD, just thousands of testimonies from kids and parents sharing what it is that they used and what they experienced. So when I first started, my goal was to get everybody with a membership for Pure. It's like joining Amazon or Costco, right? Except it's free to join the membership club. You give them your email address, you get 25% off with no obligation to purchase again, okay? But I kept running into people who couldn't afford the Core Plus. It's $289. If this thing breaks and you need to pay $289 to fix it, you'll figure out where to get the money. But my gosh, try to fix this when you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, and people are like, I can't afford that. So you'll ride this thing out and break it to where you can't walk, or you can't go to the bathroom normally, or you can't make it through a day at Disney World. You owe it to yourself to do the 30-day servicing with a 30-day satisfaction guarantee. It's a money back guarantee. You owe it to your kids to be the healthiest version of you. And so I've learned I'm really good at helping people share this message. And all they did tonight was invite you to watch. We teach you how to build a business in 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week, with the goal to lock in $1,000 a month in 3 months. And do people do it? Absolutely. Will you do it? I don't know. I don't know how coachable you are. I don't know if you'll follow the system we have in place. I don't know if you'll do the things we teach you to do. I don't know if you'll go through the training, but again, it's 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week. And I don't know where else you can make this kind of money. Locked in, walk away, continues to pay you. And I'll tell you, once you're making $1,000 a month with 30 minutes a day, you know how to make 2,000 a month. It is the future. The future is e-commerce, digital marketing, health, and it's the best of the best delivered to your door with the click of a button. So if you're just watching for the products, guys can go to livepure.com right now, throw in one of the packs, the Core Plus, Core Complete, or what I've talked about the most. I started with the family package because I didn't want to just service my body. I wanted to service my whole family's body. If you want to service your whole family's body, look at the family pack. Look at the VIP wellness package. There's lots of benefits that go with those, but when you check out, it'll say, do you want to be a preferred customer? Yes. Choose to be a preferred customer. Give them your email address. Type in the name of the person who invited you and check out. There you go. But if you're watching this, I'm going to switch gears, guys, and you're thinking, I don't have another way to make money. I need another stream of income. I would love to invest in real estate, but I don't know how to get started. I don't have to invest the money, the capital to start that. Or my cousin needs this, or my sister needs this. How do I do the business side of it? How do I get in the training program? How do I get that coaching for free? $49 to be a brand partner. And we send you to our training site. We give you 3 steps when you first start. 1, sign up for our weekly newsletter, which we give you information of how to get started there. 2, watch a start here video. And 3, get back to us with the date to do your 10-minute launch where we talk about your goals. I launched 5 people today. How much do you want to be making a year from now? How much time can you put into this a day? Okay, if you can do 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week, the sky's the limit. You can do this. The people who choose the VIP option, they get additional training and mentoring. They get the option to have additional videos filmed for them. We also on our team just launched this landings page. So if join our team, you have access to these beautiful marketing landing pages that you can send people to that you don't have to explain any of it. They just go there, they watch the video, and then they can click the button. And if they choose to purchase, the sale goes directly to you. This is my leadership retreat that we just did in Asheville. Twice a year, I find a luxury resort, and my leaders, my VIPs, race. We do an incentive trip, and if they earn it, then we get them. They get there, and we treat them. And it's an amazing, amazing weekend. Again, that's only for those people who really, really want to build this business. Some people look at me and go, "Oh, well, you're a healthcare provider. Of course you can do it." These guys came in and made $7,200 their first 2 weeks in Ohio. They made over $15,000 by the end of 3 weeks. And actually, 2 of the diamonds on my team are there tonight doing meetings with them tonight, tomorrow, and Wednesday night. How did they find out about it? My brother told someone who told someone who told someone who told them. That's how this works. And then people who are making 6 and 7 figures get on planes and fly to help them make more than $15,000 in 3 weeks. It's pretty phenomenal. I could go on and on about the stories. Skip saw the presentation, and Phil Knight, he did business with years ago. His wife was working literally a corporate job out of the house more than half of the year. Skip was raising the girls, and they chose to do business with us. And in the first 9 weeks, she made $30,000, and she was able to walk away from her full-time job and be at home with those girls throughout their high school years. One of the first people she shared it with was Cozy. Cozy's husband had just died from cancer. She was raising 4 kids by herself. Cozy made a list of 50 people, sat down and called them all, said, "Hey, I don't know if this is for you, but you got to take a look." She made $32,000 her first 3 months. I don't know if you'll do that. You probably won't. I don't know what your work ethic is. I don't know who you know. This couple made $102,000 in their first 6 months. This couple made $30,000 in 5 weeks and paid off all their debt, continued making checks with Pure, invested in real estate, now have 12 residual income real estate properties in addition to their weekly Pure income. Will you do that? I don't know. Is it hard? It's really simple what we teach you to do. For some reason, it's hard for people to take 30 minutes and do the activities we teach them to do, which is essentially call people, text them, invite on social media, and get them to watch a presentation. People know right away if it's for them or not. Some people go, "Oh my gosh, I've been praying for something like this for years." And it's health and it's real. It's not a hype. It's not, "Oh, get a car." It's real. 15 years I've been doing this, guys. There's 2 ways to make money here. You can do both. You can do one or the other. Your choice. One is to build a customer base. Think of it like being a vending machine, except instead of people buying Pepsi and Doritos and Oreos from you, they're buying life. They see you posting about it. They hear you talking about it. They watch a presentation. They choose to be a customer of yours. And you make 20 to 50% back on every single purchase. If you have 20 customers ordering 3 products a month from you, you will make $1,000 a month. Now, the other thing to do is to build teams. Eventually, customers oftentimes say, hey, you're making money on this? We love the product so much. How do we at least get our products paid for? And your customers become team members. Well, here's the crazy thing. You're only building two teams. So if you bring 10 people in, if you bring 20 people in, if you bring 50 people in, they're all going to be stacked one on top of the other on either your left side or your right side. So in this example, Tara, if she shared this with people 3 months ago and Pat chose to join and Samantha chose to join, but neither one of them did anything, and Terry keeps sharing it, and then Tim joins and Janet joins. Well, Samantha's going to get an email when Timothy joins. Hey, Timothy just joined your team. And then Bethany joined Timothy's team, and Veronica joined Timothy's team. Well, they also joined Samantha's team. Timothy and Tara are building a savings account for Samantha. Every single order placed as a result of Timothy or anybody Tara puts over there goes into a savings account for Samantha that she can cash in on when she chooses to start building. So whoever invited you, timing is huge. I know Alan's inviting tonight. If you're watching tonight, Alan invited you, the first people that he's invited. I know Tiffany and Joshua invited tonight. If you guys are watching tonight, Tiffany or Josh invited you, the first people they've invited. That means those top positions in their tree are wide open and somebody's going to take them. And in this example, you're either going to be Bethany, who are your orders benefit Samantha, or you're going to be Samantha, who jumped on the opportunity and Bethany's orders benefit Samantha. Some people look at this and go, oh, it looks like a pyramid to me. I say, what do you mean by that? Pyramids are illegal. Why would Phil Knight be involved in a pyramid scheme? What do you mean? No, I mean the person at the top makes the money. And I just come back and say, you mean like your job? Like my job where the doctor made the most and then the CFO and then the other doctors and then the PAs. We couldn't make more than the doctors, God forbid. Then the nurses, then the secretaries. Secretaries cannot make more than the doctors. You mean like that? It's the opposite of that. I make more than the person who told me and the person who told them and the person who told them. And you can make more than me. You can, and I will help you do it. I don't know how many hours you're going to put in. I don't know who you know, but I know that the sky is the limit and there's no cap. There is no cap to what you can make. It's all up to you. So it's $49 to enroll. Military and students get to enroll as a brand partner for free. Business packs come with free enrollment and free shipping. The monthly overhead is about 3 products a month. That's about $125 a month. If you cannot afford that, you definitely need to look at the brand partner. Because if you can't afford $289 for the Core Plus or $125 a month to keep your body healthy, you need to create another stream of income. And if it's not this, that's fine. But please, please find another way to create income. You're not meant to be broke. That is no way to live. I grew up that way. It's no way to live. Okay. If your Aunt Betty loves the products and she orders 3 products a month as a customer of yours, your overhead is covered. 20% of every single one of your orders that you place on SmartShip comes back in free product for you. So actually, I was talking to one of my leaders who came in a couple months ago and I showed her where her reward points were. She had like $250 worth of free products to cash in. It was like Christmas. She was like, oh my gosh, I love these products so much. I'm so excited that just because she's been on SmartShip, she now has all this money that's accrued that she gets to use towards future orders. And then you go place your order. You order whatever you want. You order whatever you want when you get started. Okay, you can start with the Core Plus, the $289, or the Core Complete for $414. I recommend if you're looking at this as a business, number one, get uncomfortable. Get uncomfortable. Push yourself. Okay, stretch yourself so that we can say, let's go make that money back in 4 weeks. I came in with the big pack, the VIP package. Why? Because I wanted to service my entire family. I wanted everything the company had to offer. I looked at it. I'm like, this skincare is good. This greens are good. I want it all. I want the sports line. I want it all. Okay. But that was when I wasn't planning to do the business. You guys are getting $1,500 worth of products for free when you come in with the VIP package. You're getting more bonuses, higher bonuses from the company when you come in with this package. You're getting qualified to earn my leadership retreats. You get qualified to be on my Q&A calls. You get qualified to have a special video and videos filmed just for you by our top earners. Like the most you can spend here is $2,500. If you go to Whole Foods and you put $2,500 worth of stuff in your cart, you look a little like a crazy person. You feel like one too. But if you buy a business for $2,500 and you eat the investment, that's brilliant. You get to write it off. See, I didn't think it was a business. My CPA said that's the smartest business you've ever started. I think it's going to be the one that gives you your time freedom. So look at the VIP package. Let's go make you your money back in 30 days. livepure.com. Throw what you want into the cart. You can start wherever you want. Don't go back to your friends saying, I can't afford a VIP package. I can't do this. That's baloney. You can start with the Core Plus and the $49 and get that position in your friend's organization. You'll get the 3-step welcome text and you can start going through all the training, 30 minutes a day from your phone. You can do this. Whether you do it or not, it's up to you. This is over 40 people that we helped earn the trip to Italy 2 years ago. This is over 50 people we helped earn a trip to Greece last year. We stayed at the same hotel George Clooney was at 5 days before us. These are big trips, guys, big trips. I was working with someone the other day who said, I can afford these trips. I'm like, I can afford these trips too, but I'd rather take that $15,000 per person. So it's really $30,000 and put it in buying a new house for my son at Clemson, or buying another piece of land, or buying an investment property. I also have learned in 26 years of marriage, it's a lot of fun to travel with friends. It's a lot of fun. This is your family of choice. Our next trip is to Switzerland. That's our next big trip, is to Switzerland in September. We also have a cruise coming up in June. If you don't change, nothing's going to change. I can promise you that. If you don't change, nothing will change. So stay on, get your questions answered. Let us know where you're at. What are you most interested in? What's catching your eye? And get back to the person who invited you and let them know what you're most interested in. I want to hear more about this. I want to hear more about that. Is this really working for you? Ask them what their story is. Thank you guys so much for joining. I'm going to hit stop on the recording and stay on for just a minute and answer any questions that you guys have. Of course, if you're watching live on Facebook, I'm not going to be able to see your questions. But if you're online, you can totally ask them. It looks like I've got one already. And so ask away. Oh, the slides weren't changing. Oh, just me changing and talking the whole time. Sorry about that, guys. And I wasn't looking at my phone. So Zoom has done a new update, and so there's some things that are off on that I can see. But if there's anybody on that has any questions, please don't hesitate to ask, and I will send a recording out to anyone who is watching of one with the slides that actually changed, so that you can watch that as well. Or we can get, well, I don't have your information, but whoever invited you has your information. Okay, good night, everybody. God bless.